And what is happening at this time is every development executive in Hollywood is taking as many meetings as they possibly can with writers. And they're going to meet any writer who has a good reputation. They're going to let that writer come in and pitch a show. And these development executives will hear hundreds of pitches. You know, I suppose there are some that hear 1,000 pitches. You know, just one after another after another. And from these pitches, you know, each executive may buy, I don't know, if they have the money, they might buy 3, 5, 6 pitches. Each network, by the end of development season, has typically bought, I don't know, 60 to 80 scripts just in comedy and another 60 to 80 in drama. Some maybe less, maybe one year they buy 40, but you know, it's somewhere between 40 and 80 scripts. That's how many, they're hearing 1,000 pitches and they limit it to this many scripts that they say, okay, they don't know which is best. They're going to develop them, right? And then they have each of these writers writing the scripts. And the writers have, you know, pretty much the whole fall to write these scripts. They typically come in at, you know, in December, right before the Christmas break. All the scripts are coming in and these decisions are being made. And so that development process is, you know, a writer comes in with a fully formed idea, and yet they hammer away at that thing for month after month after month, trying to figure out how are we going to make this a hit. And they're bringing in all of their experience with all the hit shows that they've had before. At the end of that time, they might greenlight to be shot maybe, let's say, at the maximum, 10 comedies and the same drama. Or maybe they do 6 comedies this year and 11 dramas. Somewhere in that range, maybe 6 to 13 is how many they film. All the rest they throw out. So they've bought, you know, all told, 150 scripts. They come down to maybe 25 that they're going to shoot. But what's interesting is even at that point, they haven't made a decision. This is how difficult it is for the development executives to make a decision about what is going to be a hit. They will film 25 shows, and of those, they're only going to put maybe tops half of them on the air, but normally far fewer. 5 or 6 they put on, maybe 8 in a big season, right? So that means the majority of those pilots that they shot were, I've heard them referred to, if you can picture a DVD, a $2 million drink coaster. So you just kind of put your drink on it at the end. That's all it is, right? And so that gives you an idea of how much energy and thought goes into the development process just to get the handful of shows that they put on the air. Now you notice, they put those shows on the air, and if they're lucky, 1 is a hit, maybe 2, 3 in an epic year. So that's how competitive the marketplace is and how difficult it is for the development executives to create hit shows. There's another side of this, though, that I think is important to understand. Many writers believe that the development process is actually part of the problem. And here's what they mean, that a writer comes in with an idea. Who are my writers here? Show me my writers. Okay, look at these writers here. Okay, we all know who we are. Writer. Okay, what are we coming from? Ideas, pasión, emoción, things that interest us, stuff that's very personal. That's what you want to write, right? You're not trying to write really for money. You want to be paid, but that's not, you're an artist, right? And the great stuff comes from that artistic side of you.